Hi guys, welcome to this Ableton live tutorial. My name is Craig, or some of you guys know me, Sacenta, you know. Today we're going to continue on from last week and look at building up our track from the drum groove that we have. Now I'm going to be honest, I did go back to the track because it wasn't really resonating with me, and I did change some of the elements. I've not added or removed any of the individual parts. I've just changed some of the sounds. I got a really nice sample pack and I wanted to try out some of these new sounds. I've also changed the bass line a little bit as well. This is what it's sounding like just now. I'll incrementally bring in because it sounded pretty nice. The only other extra things that I've added in is I've added some delay and reverb to the individual channels, which you can do by going to your audio effects and dragging delay in here. So you've got your simple delay and then you've got your reverbs here. So yeah, I decided to make it a little bit more driving. It was a bit lazy before, so yeah, I've just made the bass a little bit more driving. You can see that it's by not having it conflicting. We don't even need a sidechain anymore because none of it's actually hitting at the same time as the kick. Oh, apart from that last note there, which we should probably turn down. But with that gives it a sort of bouncing effect because the kick does the main job, boom, 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 and the bass is just sort of copying, it's following. That's why you get this sort of sound. I'm going to vary that a wee bit. So all about repetition and variation. That's how tracks sound good. You have the first bar the same, the second bar different, and you do that with every individual element, and you get a really nice cohesive sound. So this is our main section that we have for the track. So what I would normally do is I'd try to create a build-up to begin with. So I'd work out what kind of elements I'm going to put in for a build-up. Okay, sort of just listening to it and playing about with it, and then working out where it really needs space. So let's just start off. We'll get it built to begin with. So to select all, you literally just drag from the bottom. Make sure that you select all your channels here. Drag all the way up to the top. That basically selects everything. Command D, or you can press right click and duplicate, but that just duplicates the whole thing, and then it's so much easier to work backwards because you're not building everything. You're not having to you can just literally remove elements, and that's how you create your intro. So if we were to create our intro here, let's do it really quickly. So let's take the bass out. What I would tend to do is I tend to filter the kick, so you can do that here, auto filter. So this is set as a low pass, we want it as a high pass filter. So this is basically, if you listen here, cool. So what we'll do for here, we'll set the frequency about here. Let's find where the biting point is. Yeah, cool. So what we want to do with that, turn the automation on by pressing A. And what we'll do is we'll have the filter on for the first 8 bars, and then we'll take it off for the seconds. Well, for indefinitely afterwards. So by pressing the letter B, that switches you from mouse mode to pencil mode. And what you can do is you can either do it like that and draw it in individually, or what I'd like doing, because you've already got your grid map already set up, you can just draw it in yourself, and then that way it maps. When you do it with your mouse, you can sometimes get it off the beat. Oh, this is on adaptive grid. Well, it doesn't really matter in that case. But I personally like to. I think they've only done that on Live 10, because on Live, I only recently got Live 10, and yeah, they didn't have that feature before. So yeah, draw it in. You can go like that. You can switch between. Just press B to switch between them, and then that's you there, and you've got your automation, and that'll land on the nose. So let's take some of the elements out, so that we don't want the tom in from the start. Bearing in mind, like when you're building the track, it's not going to always be like how you're going to be. I've noticed this with my more recent productions. I'll find that it'll be bare to begin with, and then as you start to add more elements into the equation, into the track, you can then start to sample them and use them earlier on in the track. So even though it might sound a little bit bare just now, you just need to bear with me. Oh, that's a police here for me. Cool, so what we'll do is we'll take let's take some elements out. That's not sounding nice. Turn that down, it's hurting my ears, probably hurting yours as well. Okay. I'll bypass that for now. Yeah, let's take some of the synths out as well. Flip mode off. Okay, shaker out. This needs a bit of EQ. EQ 8. I don't want any of the low frequencies in. Let's take some of these elements out. Let's get rid of the main hat. That's a bit much. So we've got this. This is happening fairly frequently. So obviously this is going to be one of the main elements. So what we're going to do is we'll take out part of it and just tease. We'll tease, like, because you don't want it all to come in at once. Don't want to give the track away. See, already here, when I'm building up, because I know that I'm going to need extra elements to go into it as well, I can hear a gap after the... I'm a fan of that pattern. I might even take some of these elements out and have them coming in afterwards and make it really minimal, like sort of old school kind of sound. And what we could do is we could filter this in here using our auto filter. I'll show you how to do automation just now. So you can see I was about to point at my screen. You can see here, this controls your automation. So to draw the automation in, you use your mouse tool as you would before. You can do it using your pencil, but that's going to put it up in increments. And normally with automation, you kind of want it to go gradual, like to steadily rise. So So what you could do for a fill here, it's entirely up to you what sort of sound you're wanting to go for your track. I'm just going to keep it quite minimal. I'm not going to put any crashes or risers or anything in it. But this is the kind of time where you could put in snare rolls, and you could put in like crashes if you want to make it like really tech housey or housey, depending on what you're wanting to go for. So what I'm going to do here, just to make a, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take part of this away. So you can do that by selecting all here, and then not like if you were to put like, say for example, a vocal or like like someone rapping, anything like that. This would be your place to, because you know what, you want to create space for it. So you want to take everything out, and you can do so by you can either go through all the channels and turn them off like that, and just set your automation to turn them off. That's one method. You can do that by clicking on the channel, the yellow channel marker here, with a channel number on it. You can do that and use your pencil to turn it off like that, or alternatively you can just delete it. So you can do that with full groups as well if you put everything in a group, rather than going and doing every individual channel. The other option is just to delete everything, and you can do that by selecting it all and then just pressing your backspace button. And that's it. I'm going to make a little kick fill. I'm going to do so by copying this. And turn the filter off. Might even take that one out. Yeah, it's too frequent again, so we want to be removing some of these parts so they're not happening. There we go. So we want to make this a little bit less frequent. And then we'll create a drop here. So what we're going to do is, so we don't want, actually it'd probably be better just to put this all in a group. So these are all our lows here. There's a really good feature of Ableton Live 10, which was amazing. I'm really glad to be able to use the feature now. But even though you've got a group here, you can now put a group within a group. So you can have all your kicks processed in one group, and you can also have all your percussion processed, all your bass elements processed in one group. So you can put a group inside a group. So you can do that by holding down the shift key and pressing down, or holding down the shift key and selecting them. It's entirely up to you. And then press Command and G or Shift and G, and then you've got another group there. So this is a group that's going to be all the processing for all these elements in here, even though these are inside a group. So they'll get processed individually as well, and then they'll have the processing on top of it as well. But for the purposes of this, we're not going to process it, we're just going to use it for filters. So what we'll do is, we'll take this filter out of here, Command X to cut, and then we'll just fire it on top of the group. So then that way, even though it's only the kick that's getting affected at the start, we're still able to, like, when we do use it for the bass elements later on, yeah, it just makes more sense. to take this element and make it a bit more frequent. We can put that in there, and that gives us an extra bit of oomph for the build up. Then what we'll do is we'll take the percussion out again, and we'll take the bass out too. So by doing this, we will let's only do that amount. Let's make another kick pattern. We'll take this bit here, copy that, and then we can vary it slightly. So Command X, Command V, and that copy it. Let's make it a little bit different. Let's do a wee half note. Boom. Oh, that's a bit too much. Boom. Cool, we'll just copy this over by highlighting that. Command C, and then Command V. Oh. Command C, Command V. I think. I want to get rid of the bass as well. I think we'll make this quite a nice minimal track. We need to take the filter off. So now we're getting towards the 2 minute mark. We should probably think about actually breaking it down. Now we can, depends what kind of music you're making, you can either break it down or you can sort of build it up at the same time. Just depends. I'm going to keep this nice and simple in here. In fact, what we'll do is we'll keep the kicks on because I think we've got some processing that's using the kick as a sidechain. So to do that, just flick your button, flick your channel strip number, and then switch it off. And then that way, anything that's been sidechained from it, or anything that's actually been affected by whatever's in that channel, for this case the kick, it's not going to get affected at all. It's still in effect on, but there's just no sound coming off it. As you can see, speaker on, speaker off. Yeah. So I think at this point we should probably introduce maybe another element, and then that way we can bring it in during the breakdown, and then when it comes to the next section, we've got a fresh element that we can drive it along, stick a ride cymbal in, and then that's us, keeping it pretty simple. Copy. Turn the kick back on here. Let's put it out. Maybe a little bit too much. I can maybe just do something simple like putting the percussion through a delay, you know, just something to give it a little bit of variation. In fact, what we'll do is we'll put that through a delay. We'll use this delay here, and we'll just fire the percussion through that. I'll just turn the delay off when that gets to the drop. Could probably put some reverb on it. Again, like, just use what you like. You can set up a reverb send and run the effects as a reverb. Put your percussion on a reverb channel. So I've got this one here, FX reverb with stupid amounts of pre-delay on it. So let's do that. I'll put some EQ on it as well. You can control the EQ from the reverb inside the reverb if you want to, or you can just put a EQ on top of it, just so you don't get any unwanted frequencies. If anybody's used like the Pioneer mixers, you know, like the filter for your reverb, it's just doing the same thing essentially. So yeah, we could do the exact same here. Afterwards, what we'll do is we'll use these here. We'll put these in a group as well. Command G, synth. In fact, I think we've got a spare element. Happy days, life is good. Let's maybe adjust the start point of that. I don't know if that works. Nope, don't want it clashing. Okay. Can maybe just have that less frequent, so to quick edit this, so that's going every, so to quickly get rid of that, we'll just Command X, Command X, and then what we can do, Command X that as well, and then what we'll do is we'll Command J, not Command K, and that, by pressing Command J, that consolidates all the automation that we had in the audio into a new clip. I don't know if I mentioned that in the previous one. So see how the volume is down on this. It's the same if you'd been playing about with any of the transposition, like if you'd changed the key of everything, that basically turns it into one brand new audio clip by consolidating it. Oops. So there we go. That's and then what you can do with that, in fact, sorry, we've made that into, that's too small, we want it to be 4 bars. Turn on to Pro again. And then we can, by turning loop on, it means we don't need to worry about copying and pasting, we can just drag it, and then that. So let's put the reverb on here as well. Turn that back off. Turn the reverb down a little bit. Let's turn that snare off. Reverb or delay, we could probably do both. And turn it off again. Something. Maybe the reverb on the here. So yeah, you can just play about with the the sends. So basically, I think I went over this in one of the previous lessons for setting up delays, and like just any send bus, you can put any effect that you want to, and you just send part of the signal. And by using automation, you're just automating part of the sound that goes to it, and you're not losing any of the volume on the channel. If you put something through as an insert, I'll give you an example here. Let's put this here. So we lose the volume. So it can be good in different effects depending on what you're doing. But obviously we want to keep the dynamic, and we want to keep the energy of the track going, and we want to keep the suspense and the build up. So that's why we're just going to keep it we'll keep it as a send. It's up to you how you want to do it. Try about. There's no right and wrong way to do it. Cool. So let's go back to this. I'm not sure about that sound. I might try something else. Let's go with something. That might work. Oops, I forgot we have an audio. So for this, because I want it to land in the same place, I can listen to this. I can just drag this in here. Remember to pitch it up, use your transposition knob here. And then same again, just to, I don't know if that will work, but we'll copy it and find out. Nah, still not, I'm not feeling it. Let's get something a little bit nicer. It's in loops, wait. Got an alarm going off somewhere. Aha. Reminder to record the tutorial. Okay, I'm doing that. So what we could do is we could copy this, and then we could pitch this note up here up at 5 semitones. Come on. Just copy all of these here, Command D. It's not sitting right. Make sure that everything is on the nose. 1, 2, 3. I can't count here. There we go. Command C. Oh, what am I doing? Apologies. Can't count today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why can't I find this starting point here? 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, aside from Ableton, I'll also be teaching mathematics for beginners. Let's just try this. Change the delays on it. Nah, not feeling that sound. I think it's just maybe not sitting in the right point. So we will, let's just Command J this, consolidate it. Always then move about the starting point to see which bit works. the same. Command C and Command V to copy the delays. Sounds very dry. Put the EQ up. Cutting off some of the end. You ever get a wee click at the start of the sound? So I've used a sample here. What you can do, so let's listen to it here. To get rid of that click, you just put a little bit of attack on it. You raise the attack, sorry, so it takes a bit longer for the note to get hit. So you can see here, that's how the signal gets hit. If it's like this, it's getting hit instantaneously. If you move it over slightly, changes how fast it gets hit. Again, it's a really cool effect that you can use in multiple different ways. Not digging that sound. Yeah, what we'll do for now, we'll carry on building the track and then I can change it afterwards. It worked out quite well. It was a mistake. Cool, let's put another element in. Let's get a ride cymbal. Where are we? Ride. You can just get this from your drum hits here. Right. Let's get a 909. Command Shift and T. There we go, there's your MIDI clip. Command Shift and M to make your MIDI clip. And then let's do it on the beat. By putting the release up, you can hear it. Put some EQ on it, make it really sizzly. So if you remember, we had a little vocal that we sort of put aside. This is why it's good to put all your elements in at once at the beginning. Just like overload your track with loads of different samples and just put them in one big crazy loop. Because then when it gets to parts like this, you've got extra bits. So we can literally just take this here. So let's come off that. So that's pretty much us for today. We've got a little build up sorted, and you get an idea of how you can sort of introduce elements into the track. Again, you can put things like snares and crashes in there to build it up a little bit more. I've just not done it for this track just because I want to keep it really nice and minimal. I'm going to play about with this a little bit and try and get the sounds a little bit better for the next tutorial. I'll go over a proper breakdown, how to build up lots of different elements, basically breaking it down, doing like a minimal breakdown, building everything back up, coming into the main drop and then into the main section, which is literally just a repetition of everything that's happened here, but with more elements getting added in. So I hope you've learned a lot from today's tutorial. Like I said, please leave some feedback if there's anything that I've been unclear of. I know I've worked quite quickly in this one, but if there's anything that you need from me, just drop me a little private message or leave a little message in the comments section and I'll be happy to help you guys out. But yeah, good luck and send me your tunes. Let me know how you're getting on. I really want to hear how you guys are doing. I hope these lessons are really benefiting you if you're watching them. So yeah, until next time, take it easy and see you soon.